Hello and welcome to my addiction disorder treatment project and everything. Um, so yeah, for sure. We'll just jump right into it. So the steps are designed to help you to not drink and use, but it's so much more than that. Um, and it's kind of like a blueprint for life. So yeah, for sure. Right on. Come with me on this journey. Okay, thank you. So yeah, for sure. The first step is kind of all about honesty and everything. It's kind of like there's two sides to it too. There's the unmanageability and then there's the powerlessness. Um, and so yeah, for sure. And here, let me read the definitions of those two words for you, really quickly because it helps me to define things. Um, the definition of powerlessness is the lack of ability, influence, or power. And the definition of unmanageability is difficult or impossible to manage or control. Um, and so, yeah, the powerlessness is really about me suffering from the phenomenon of craving, you know? And let's see, the unmanageability is more about the psychic change and everything. And all psychic change means to me is that that there is a solution. Um, so yeah, for sure. And then step two is I became willing to believe that a power greater than myself could restore me to sanity. And yeah, so restore means to bring back or to reinstate. And this is all about finding it in someone else. And I'm hoping that that makes sense. But um, and it's kind of like if I can see this guy doing it, then I believe that I can do it. And if I believe I'm like him, then yeah, for sure. Then I can do it. Um, so yeah. And then let's see, step three is all about it's made a decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of God or to a higher power. Um, and that sounds like a tall order, but it's really not. It really, to me, it just means that I'm going to work 4 through 12 with rigorous honesty, you know? Um, so yeah, for sure. Right on. And so yeah, for sure. Step four is really all about moral inventory, a searching and fearless moral inventory. And again, it's about honesty and everything. And so what you're going to do is write down all your resentments and fears and your sex conduct. And yeah, for sure. And then you're going to share it with someone on step five. So don't worry about that just yet, though, because step four is really all about honesty and just like getting it all out there and everything. And for me, it's about whatever is on my mind. It's not about me forgetting stuff or anything like that. It's about the stuff that's there, like that's right there and everything. So, yeah, for sure. Right on. And then step five for me is, let's see, so step five is admitted to God, to oneself, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. And that's really just going over your fourth step with someone. It's really not that difficult. It's really more about honesty and uh willingness to like tell someone your defects and everything. Um and I'm hoping that all this makes sense because I don't know if it will or not, but um yeah. Um so yeah, for sure. Right on. Thank you. And then step six and seven are really really kind of tricky because Here's what the big book has to say about them. If we can answer to our satisfaction, we then take a look at step 6. We have emphasized willingness as being indispensable. Are we now ready to let God remove from us all the things which we admitted are objectionable? Can he now take them all, every one? If we still cling to something, we will not let go. We ask God to help us be willing. When ready, we say something like this: My Creator, I am now willing that you should have all of me, good and bad. I pray that you now remove from me every single defect of character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and my fellows. Grant me strength as I go out from here to do your bidding. Amen. We have then completed step 7. And these 2 steps are really kind of guided by a couple of questions for me. And the first question is, am I ready to become the man that God wants me to be? You know, and then the second question is, am I excited to become this person? And so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it on step 6 and 7, you know. And that, and like, let's see, you're gonna want to have a catch, you know, like, I hope that makes sense too. But you're gonna want to have a catch. It's like an internal thing, an internal mechanism that will allow me to have a catch when I'm about to engage in a character defect. And so yeah, for sure, for me, what that means is, like, I check in with people a lot, you know. And like, so yeah, I check in with people a lot and everything. And so yeah, for sure, that's my catch, is I check in with someone like daily. And so yeah, for sure, right on. So and then steps 8 and 9 are really pretty simple too. It's a very simple program, and we make it complicated, but it's not complicated at all. It's very straightforward and simple if you really put your mind to it. And steps 8 and 9 are so step 8 is like writing down all the people that you harmed. And then in the corner of the page, you're going to want to write your willingness level, about how willing you are to make this amends, because there are some people that we're just not willing to make amends to right away and everything, you know. And I don't expect anybody to like be like, yeah, let's go make amends to everybody. I don't expect that. And nor would I want to. I mean, I've still got people out there that I owe amends to and everything. And I'm just not willing to make them yet. And so yeah, for sure. And let's see. And then step 9 is kind of about, it's about making those amends to people, except for when you're going to harm someone. Like, you don't make an amends that's going to harm somebody. You just don't. And here's my process for making amends. It's here's what I did to you. This is how I'd imagine it made you feel. Now, is there anything that you want to say to me? And did I leave anything out? And then how can I make this right? Because that's what it's all about. It's all about, how can I make this right to this person and make this amends, you know? So yeah, for sure. And then step 10 is about step 10 is continue to take personal inventory. And when we're wrong, we promptly admitted it. And that last part is incredibly it's kind of incredibly important, because if we're not willing to promptly admit it, then like, what are we doing here? You know, like, to me, it's like, it's kind of like, it's like, what are we doing? You know, it's like, why are we here and everything? We're here so that we can grow as people, you know. And like, that's all it is about for me. It's about growing and learning and making mistakes and everything. And I'm going to make mistakes, but that's okay and everything, because I can promptly admit it and like make it right, you know, through the process of the steps and everything. So yeah, for sure, right on. And then step 11 is prayer and meditation. And I am not like stingy on this or anything. Like, I do it a lot. And I pray, and that like, I'll talk to God like he's like right in here in the room with me and everything, you know, like he's just a friend of mine that's like sitting in the room with me. And then I meditate and I listen to what's going on internally and everything, you know. So yeah. And then step 12 is so steps 10, 11, and 12 are kind of like the maintenance steps, you know. And so yeah, for sure. Let's see. Step 12 is carrying the message to another alcoholic. And it's like having had a spiritual awakening as the result of the steps. There's not a bunch of results that we're after. We're after one direct, specific result. And that's to have the spiritual experience with the steps. And so, yeah, for sure. And then we go and we carry the message to another alcoholic, which is kind of like what I'm doing right now, and like it's carrying the message to another alcoholic and being willing to carry the message and in any way that you can too. And it's like for me, a 12th step is holding the door for someone or, um, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a million different ways you can work the 12th step and everything. It's sharing at a meeting or something. So, yeah, um, for sure. Right on. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. And I'm very sorry about all the yeah for sure's and stuff. And I think I'm learning that it's a trauma response for me and everything. And so, yeah, I don't know what to do about it yet, but I'm working on it. And yeah, I'm hoping that through the process of like working the steps and everything that I can find a solution to it. And so yeah, for sure. Right on. Thank you. So just to kind of close it up a little bit here, I just wanted to kind of relay to you guys that the steps are something that anybody can work. It's a process of self-reflection, and so yeah, for sure. I mean, it's open to pretty much anyone, but it's specifically designed for people with addictive disorders, and it's a process of self-discovery and everything, So yeah, for sure. And I can't say enough about the steps and what they've done for my life. I mean, like I am a different person than I was before, like before I overdosed and everything. So yeah, for sure. Right on. Thank you.